Have you ever wondered why your feet feel numb, tingly, or cold, even when you're not out in the cold? Many older adults brush off these symptoms, assuming they're just part of aging. Ah, it's just poor circulation, you might say. Or, it's normal at my age. But what if I told you that some of the fruits you eat every single day, fruits you believed were healthy for decades, are quietly making things worse? What if they're contributing to that numbness, that strange tingling, that icy sensation in your toes that never really goes away? What if the very foods you think are helping your health are actually feeding the problem? Because here's the truth most people don't hear until it's too late. Nerve damage doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in, slowly, quietly, year after year. Until one day you wake up, and your feet feel like someone else's. They're heavy. They're cold. They're dull. You don't feel the floor like you used to. Your balance is off. You trip more often. You hesitate before standing. You stop walking as much. And that independence you've worked your whole life to protect, it starts slipping away. And no one ever warned you that your favorite fruits could be part of what's driving it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Fruit? Really? Yes. Fruit. Because here's what most seniors don't know. Some fruits are packed with so much natural sugar, they can spike your blood sugar just like a candy bar. And when that happens over and over again, day after day, year after year, your blood vessels start to stiffen. Your nerves, especially in your feet and legs, begin to suffer. They stop communicating like they used to. That numbness, that burning, that pins and needles feeling that makes it hard to fall asleep or walk with confidence. That's your body trying to tell you something's wrong. And it's not just aging. It's inflammation. It's nerve stress. It's metabolic overload. And the wrong fruits, eaten regularly, are only throwing fuel on that fire. See, we've been told for years that fruit is healthy. And yes, many fruits are. But not all of them. Not if you're over 60. Not if you're dealing with neuropathy, diabetes, poor circulation, or balance problems. And especially not if you're already noticing numbness in your feet. By the time you hit your 70s, your nerve endings can already be up to 30% less responsive than they were in your 30s. That's normal. That's aging. But when you unknowingly add nerve-irritating foods, even healthy ones, into your daily routine, you accelerate that damage. You create the perfect storm for neuropathy to take hold. And once that happens, every step becomes uncertain. Shoes feel strange. You start pulling back from the things you used to love, walking the dog, gardening, dancing with your spouse. Not because you want to, but because your body is telling you, I don't feel safe anymore. But here's the thing, you are not powerless. And you don't have to accept this as your future. Because what if I told you that many seniors in their 70s, even 80s, have started to reverse those numb, cold, tingling sensations? Just by removing a handful of specific fruits from their diet? I'm talking about fruits that sound healthy, look healthy, and have been sitting in your fridge for years, but may be doing more harm than good. And here's the part that really stings. Most doctors never even bring this up. Not because they don't care, but because they weren't trained to think this way. They treat symptoms, they don't always connect the dots. But today, we're going to connect them. I'm going to show you 6 fruits that may be quietly aggravating your nerve pain, harming your circulation, and speeding up foot numbness. And when you learn what they are, and why they're so harmful, you'll finally understand what's been happening in your body all along. And most importantly, you'll know what to do next. So stay with me. Because this isn't just about fruit. This is about taking back control of your feet, your balance, your independence, your life. Let's get into it. So let's dive into the 6 fruits that may be silently aggravating your foot numbness, increasing inflammation, and putting extra stress on your already sensitive nerves. Let's start with the one hiding in plain sight, the so-called easy, healthy snack. Number 1, grapes. Now, I know what you're thinking. Grapes? They're small, refreshing, easy to eat, how could they possibly be harmful? But here's the truth, grapes are sugar bombs in disguise. Even though they taste mildly sweet, they are packed, and I mean packed, with glucose and fructose. And because they're so small and easy to pop into your mouth, it's easy to eat 20, 30, even 40 grapes in one sitting without realizing it. And what happens then? Your blood sugar skyrockets. And when your blood sugar surges, your nerves, especially the delicate ones in your feet, pay the price. Research from the Journal of Diabetic Neuropathy shows that repeated blood sugar spikes are one of the biggest contributors to nerve damage in older adults. Especially the kind that causes numbness, tingling, and burning in the feet. And yet, no one talks about grapes. Why? Because they've always been labeled as healthy. What to do instead? Swap grapes for blueberries or raspberries. They're lower in sugar, higher in antioxidants, and they don't spike your glucose like grapes do. You get the sweetness without the nerve-stressing consequences. Number 2, bananas. Now this one might hurt a little, because bananas are a go-to fruit for so many people, especially seniors. They're soft, they're easy to chew, and they seem like the perfect on-the-go snack. But here's the catch, most bananas eaten today are overripe, and when they get to that mushy, brown-spotted stage, their sugar content goes through the roof. One medium-ripe banana can contain up to 17 grams of sugar, and that's without anything else added. That's more sugar than some candy bars. And yet, many seniors are told bananas are the perfect snack. Not if you're dealing with blood sugar issues. Not if you're pre-diabetic. And definitely not if you're already feeling numbness in your feet. Better option. If you must have a banana, eat just half, and always pair it with a handful of nuts or a boiled egg to help slow the sugar spike. The protein and fat will keep your insulin from surging, which gives your nerves a little relief. Number 3, watermelon. It's refreshing, juicy, and especially tempting in the summer. But here's the ugly truth about watermelon. It has one of the highest glycemic indexes of any fruit. That means it raises your blood sugar fast, even faster than table sugar in some cases. And the problem with that? When sugar hits your bloodstream too quickly, your insulin rushes to respond. That roller coaster effect damages tiny blood vessels. And guess where the smallest, most delicate blood vessels live? In your feet and hands. Exactly where your numbness and tingling are showing up. Smarter swap. Try chilled cucumber slices with a sprinkle of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. It gives you that hydrating, fresh taste without flooding your system with sugar. Number 4, pineapple. Pineapple is often labeled as an anti-inflammatory fruit, and yes, it does contain bromelain, which has some benefits. But what people forget is that pineapple is also loaded with sugar. In fact, 1 cup of pineapple chunks can have 16 grams of sugar or more, and that's natural sugar, yes, but sugar all the same. When consumed regularly, pineapple can actually do more harm than good for seniors with any kind of nerve sensitivity or blood sugar concerns. And if you're drinking pineapple juice? That's even worse. You're getting all the sugar, and none of the fiber that slows absorption. What to do instead? Skip the pineapple and go for green apple slices with a little almond butter. You get crunch, a touch of sweetness, and far better blood sugar stability. Number 5, cherries. Now, this one shocks a lot of people. Because cherries are marketed everywhere as anti-inflammatory and full of antioxidants. And it's true, in small amounts, cherries can be helpful. But here's the problem. They're so sweet, so easy to overeat, and they hit your bloodstream fast. Just 1 cup of sweet cherries can deliver 18 grams of sugar, and when that becomes a daily habit, the damage adds up fast. If you're eating them fresh, frozen, or, worse, in fruit cups or syrups, you're unknowingly overloading your nerves with sugar stress. Healthier tip. If you love cherries, try eating just 5 or 6 at a time, and space them out with protein-based meals. Or swap them entirely for blackberries, which have fewer sugars and more nerve-friendly nutrients. Number 6. Dried fruits, especially raisins, dates, and dried mango. This might be the most dangerous group of all. Because dried fruits seem harmless. They're small, they come in tiny packages, and they seem like a natural, sweet tooth fix. But here's what nobody tells you. Dried fruits are concentrated sugar bombs. The drying process removes water, and leaves behind pure sugar in every bite. A single handful of raisins. That can be as much sugar as a soda. And dates? Just 2 dates contain over 30 grams of sugar. For someone with sensitive nerves, diabetes, or circulation issues, this is like gasoline on a fire. Best move? Cut them out completely. Reach for a few walnut halves or a small piece of 85% dark chocolate if you need something sweet. Your nerves will thank you. So, those are the 6 fruits you'll want to reconsider if you're serious about protecting your nerves and slowing or even reversing the numbness in your feet. They may seem innocent. They may be sitting in your fridge or pantry right now. But the damage they cause over time is anything but small. In just a moment, I'll recap everything, and show you the simple changes that could give your nerves the support they've been missing for years. Because healing doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to start with awareness. So let's bring this home. If you're dealing with foot numbness, tingling, burning, or that strange cold feeling that won't go away, don't just shrug it off. Start small, but start smart. Begin by replacing the fruits that are secretly spiking your blood sugar: grapes, bananas, watermelon, pineapple, cherries, and dried fruits. These are the sneaky culprits that irritate your nerves and quietly worsen circulation. Instead, choose fruits that are lower on the glycemic scale, like blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, or even half a green apple with some healthy fat or protein. It might seem like a tiny shift. But over time, that single choice, that moment of awareness, could help protect your feet, calm your nerves, and give your body the support it's been quietly begging for. Because healing doesn't happen in giant leaps. It happens in small, consistent steps, made one decision at a time. And this? This is one of the most powerful steps you can take. Now take a moment, and think about it. Which fruit surprised you the most? Was it grapes? Bananas? Maybe those dried fruits you've been snacking on every afternoon for years, without ever realizing they could be making your numbness worse. You're not alone. So many older adults are doing their best, eating what they've been told is healthy, and still feeling worse, not better. That ends today. Because now you know the truth. And with that truth comes power. The power to make one small change. The power to say, not anymore. My body deserves better. And I want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what's one change you're going to try this week? And let us know where you're watching from. We truly love hearing from our thriving Age Tip family all over the world. Your stories inspire others more than you know. And if this video made you stop and think, if it helped you connect the dots on something no doctor ever mentioned, then please, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Because this channel is more than just tips. It's about you. Your strength. Your second wind. Your chance to age not just with years, but with purpose, clarity, and thriving health. You deserve to feel alive in your body. To walk steady. To wake up each morning without pain or confusion or fear. And we're here to walk that road with you. Right here, on Thriving Age Tip. Until next time, take care of those feet. And take care of you.